Good afternoon and welcome to the 64th annual meeting of the members of Midcoast Federal Credit Union. I'm Joe Gervais, President and CEO, and I would like to begin our program by introducing Chandra Thoits, who will review a few of the guidelines for today's virtual meeting.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me okay and that your connectivity is substantial enough. Just to let you know, the meeting is being recorded right now. And to avoid any background noise, please remain muted unless you're presenting. Sometimes that can really add to the feedback and the distortion when people are trying to speak. When you are making or seconding a motion, please unmute your line. You'll see kind of along the side in the participants box or along the bottom you should have of your screen, you have the option to mute and unmute. Another little quick tip for mute and unmute is that if you'd like to quickly unmute yourself just for a moment, you can actually hold your space bar down while you speak and then release it again. And please open the chat window and use the chat to ask questions or vote on a motion. Votes in favor of a motion will be assumed and will not require any action on your part. Only post votes in opposition of the motion in the chat window. So if you are in opposition, that's when you're going to post in the chat. And then we just have one more piece of housekeeping. If anybody is interested in having a copy of our 2019 annual report, please visit www.midcoastfcu.me or any branch location.
Great. Okay, thank you, Chandra. Now I would like to introduce our board chair, Rick Hart, who will call the meeting to order and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I hereby declare the meeting is called to order. And if you would join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we would like to have a moment of silence in order to honor our past credit union members and volunteers. Thank you. I will now ask the board secretary to perform the roll call of officers, the establishment of a quorum, and the approval of the previous meeting minutes.
Okay, thank you, Rick. So if the board of directors that are on the line could please unmute their lines for the roll call of officers to confirm your presence, that would be appreciated. So Rick Hart, you are here.
Present.
Scott Bubar, are you able to join us? I know he was having some connection issues. Wes Richardson, are you on the line? Okay. I, as secretary, obviously am here. Alan Shaver.
Hi, I'm here.
Great. Michelle Small. And Lori Bourgeois. Thank you, Lori. So I'd also like to introduce one special guest who's with us today, Denise Nowinski, who works for Tricor Federal Credit Union and is a long-term member of Midcoast. Welcome, Denise, and thank you for joining us. Let's see, so we're moving on now to the quorum determination. So I'll now call on Lori Marquis for the determination of the quorum. Lori, could you please provide the number of members present for today's meeting?
Yes, we have 26 members present today.
Excellent. Do we have a quorum?
Yes, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Lori. So next up is the reading of the previous annual meeting minutes. Is there anybody who would like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of those minutes?
So moved.
Hi, I would like to make a motion.
Great. Thank you, Kristen. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alan. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, hearing none or seeing none in the chat window, then the motion carries. We will now move on to the report of our chair, Rick Hart. So Rick, you're up.
Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the 64th annual meeting of the members of Midcoast Federal Credit Union. This meeting is long overdue, as it has traditionally been held in March of each year and provides a review of the prior year's financial performance and the achievements of your credit union. Due to the extraordinary impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting was rescheduled for today with the hope that we would be beyond the grip of this terrible virus and able to assemble in person, as the members have done for the past 63 years. Unfortunately, we continue to find ourselves employing social distancing measures to keep our members and employees safe and healthy, and I thank you for joining us virtually today. Despite the delay, the successes of 2019 in serving our members and our community are still deserving of recognition and celebration. As you will hear today, your credit union built upon its past financial strength and success. As is consistent with the credit union model, that success was returned to our members in many forms of value, in low-cost financial services and support for our local economy and community. As the theme of today's report suggests, as a comparatively small financial institution, I am proud of the positive impact we are able to generate. Clearly, we are making waves in the Midcoast. The success and prosperity of 2019 stands in stark contrast to the economic climate we face today. It is, however, due to our past success that we were able to support and serve our members through this period of extraordinary need. I am proud that we've been able to provide low-interest economic hardship loans and loan payment relief to hundreds of our members in the past year as our economy shut down. I am proud that we've been able to provide financial support to community organizations that support our most vulnerable neighbors. I am most proud that throughout the recent event, we have remained open to serve our members and financial needs without interruption. I would like to thank the employees and my fellow volunteers for all your efforts in our stewarding this organization through both calm and troubled waters. To our members, I thank you for your continued support of the credit union. I know that you have had many options for financial services, and we are pleased that you entrust Midcoast Federal Credit Union to assist you in achieving your goals. Now I would like to introduce Michelle Rouleau, who will provide both the Supervisory Committee report as well as the Treasurer's report.
Great, thank you, Rick. Starting with the Supervisory Committee report. The committee is typically made up of 3 to 5 members, and we currently have a full committee with 5 members. Currently serving, we have Lori Bourgeois, the chair. She also serves on the board. We have Mike Field, Katie Breyer, Bill Hinko, and Peter Sella. The role of the committee, they basically provide a limited internal audit function. They ensure that management is meeting financial reporting objectives, practices, and procedures to safeguard members' assets. They typically meet monthly. Every year in December, they do go through and assess the different procedures and create an audit plan for the year. And some of the activities over the past year that were performed or supervised, they did some surprise cash counts at the branches. They did various loan reviews throughout the year, reviewing financial reports, IT assessments, various account reviews, and member verifications. And they also hire our independent auditors. So last year we did hire Alban Randall & Bennett to perform the audits. They did complete that audit for us in March 2020, and we did have a clean opinion. There were no adjustments, corrections, or management letters. So a very successful audit for us. Moving on next into the treasurer's report. So the first page, we have the statement of financial condition. So this goes through and shows us the assets for the credit union. Halfway down the page, we have loans receivable. So outstanding as of the end of December, we had a little over 147 million in loans. And that was an increase of about 12 million, which is approximately 9%. So that was pretty good loan growth. Total assets down at the bottom, we did increase 13 million for the year, ending the year at a slightly over 190 million. Credit unions do measure themselves or compare themselves to other credit unions based on their total asset size. So based on our asset size, we're 18 out of 55 credit unions. On the next page, we have the statement of financial condition continued to show members' share accounts a few lines down. So we did grow on our share accounts about 10.5 million for the year, which was roughly 6.6%. And then members' equity or capital or net worth, we had a net worth ratio to end the year of a little over 12%. Our regulators, when they're assessing credit unions, they want to make sure we're over 7%. So definitely well capitalized with a credit union at 12. And then on to the statement of income. At the top, this shows us interest income for the year. Interest on loans, we did see an increase. We had an increase on our loan balance for the year, resulting in additional interest for us. So there was about 5% that we average for our yield for earnings off of our loans. And then on interest on investments, we had an average yield of 2.4%. Going down to interest on deposits, so this is what we pay to all our members on their share accounts. So you can see we had pretty significant increase. Last year, 810,000, a little over $1 million this year that we paid to our members. And a lot of that, we did have many CD specials that we were able to provide some higher rates to our members. Going down, we have our provision for loan loss. That accounts for expected losses on loans, and we had a decrease in 2019. So we did a really good job providing quality loans and being able to help some of our struggling members to be able to pay on their loans. And non-interest income remained relatively flat. That would include fees and other non-member types of income. On the next page, expenses, we did increase our expenses as the credit union continues to grow. So do expenses pretty much in all categories. Our largest expense being compensation and benefits for our employees. And so overall for the year, we ended with net income of 1.5 million, and that was approximately 0.84% for return on average assets. So another strong year for Midcoast Credit Union. And then just taking a look at some comparisons. The total assets, you can see we continue to have good growth on our assets. You can see over on the left shows the percentages for each year. And a little bit higher on the higher end for this past year at 7.45%. The next page, we take a look at total deposits. Again, continuing to see that grow. Strong year at 6.54%. Definitely helpful to help us fund that loan growth that we saw over the year. The next page, speaking of loan growth, you can see total loans increasing. Slightly lower than in prior years. We're 8.57%. Had some higher percentages in prior years, but that's certainly strong growth in our loans. And then the next page, delinquencies and charge-offs. So this is one where it's good to see it decreasing, showing our delinquencies and charge-offs going down extremely low at 0.17% and 0.32%. So the staff doing a good job like I said, providing quality loans and working with our members to keep our charge-off losses low. And I think that concludes the treasurer's report. And so now I'll turn it over to Joe for the president's report.
Great. Thank you, Michelle. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon for the 64th annual meeting. As Michelle's reports supported, we posted another successful year of robust growth in loans, deposits, and new members, as well as another year of solid financial performance. But in review of our mission statement and core values, you'll find no mention of growth and strong fiscal position as primary concerns. These are the byproducts of our continued focus on the well-being of our members, our employees, and our communities. And through value-driven financial services, active volunteerism, and direct support of local businesses, we are making waves in the Midcoast. More and more community members are finding value in Midcoast's products and services. In 2019, the credit union assisted our members with over $18.5 million in auto, recreational vehicles, and personal loans with our new streamlined online loan application platform. Our above market certificates specials were primary drivers of over $13 million in new deposits. And in addition, our members are highly engaged in our suite of convenient e-services. Of note were the 1,200 new adopters of our e-statement platform for the year. As additional community members choose to keep financial relationships local, we will continue to return more value in the form of above market dividends on deposits, below market loan rates, and many other free and low cost financial services. Giving back to our local Midcoast community, both financially and through volunteerism, remained a priority in 2019. Your credit union and its employees renewed our support of the United Way of Midcoast, Maine, and the battle with food insecurity by supporting Maine Credit Union's campaign for ending hunger. The credit union also forged new partnerships and deepened direct relationships with local organizations that are making amazing contributions across the Midcoast, such as Freeport Community Services, Midcoast Community Alliance, Fuel for Friends, and the Bath Area Food Pantry. In addition, your credit union continued its practice of encouraging its employees to follow their passions by providing paid volunteer time to engage in the social issue of their choosing. The employees responded by giving over 1,000 hours of paid and personal times to their communities. And due to the market success of our 321 Local Rewards program, we now have over 220 local businesses participating in our Perks Visa, 220 locations of participating local businesses where our Perks Visa cardholders can earn triple reward points for shopping locally. The success of the program necessitated the launch of midcoastbylocal.me, a new online business directory to aid in the search and exploration of participating local businesses. I encourage you to keep it salty and support businesses that make the Midcoast, Maine area unique and special. Our employees represent an internal community that we recognize, and we recognize that employee satisfaction is key to member satisfaction. A continued focus on employee training and development, personal wellness, and performance recognition aided our credit union in maintaining an engaged and effective team to serve your financial needs. I'm proud of the credit union's continued inclusion in the list of the best places to work in Maine. I thank our employees and volunteers for their efforts, achievements, and for making a lasting impact on the lives of our members and the communities that we serve. Access to low-cost, value-driven financial services is fundamental to personal financial success. Volunteerism in our communities adds richness in building social connections and fostering emotional well-being. Efforts to support local businesses run counter to the tide of global consumerism, yet are so important to our community identity. We will press on, making waves in the Midcoast. And now I would like to call upon Rick Hart, who will provide the election of officers.
Thank you, Joe. Neely Stanton, the chair of our nominating committee, will present the nominating committee's report.
Hello, good evening, members of Midcoast Federal Credit Union. The 2020 nominating committee consisted of the following individuals: myself as chair, Janet Bickford, and Tina Greenman. The committee has nominated the following individuals to serve on the credit union's board of directors, and each of these individuals has been contacted and agreed to have their names placed in nomination. They will serve as volunteer directors for 3-year terms or for the remainder of an unexpired term. Alan Shaver has agreed to a 3-year term expiring in 2023. Michelle Small has agreed to a 3-year term expiring in 2023. And Lori Bourgeois is completing an unexpired term. Hers will expire in 2022. We have received no nominations by petition, and since the number of nominees does equal the number of positions to be filled, as of the deadline for nominations imposed on the nominating committee under the credit union bylaws, we will not be accepting any nominations from the floor. The election will not be held by ballot since the number of nominees does not exceed the number of open seats, and I therefore request the secretary to please cast 1 vote for each nominated candidate to elect those individuals to their respective board positions and terms. Neely Stanton, Nominating Committee Chair.
Thank you, Neely. And congratulations to all those newly elected to the board once again. As we move along, is there any old business that needs to be addressed this evening? Hearing none, is there any new business to be addressed? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
I
Okay,
second that motion.
okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion is carried. I want to thank you all for attending, and please be safe and be well.
Thanks all. I appreciate you joining us tonight. Have a good evening.
Thank you.